And not tonight.
A baconathon or whatever.
All right, I'm seeing a few people in the comments. Are we live? Somebody, Kyle, Fuzzy, somebody tell us if you can hear us or see anything. Fuzzy has -1 degrees there. That's miserable. Thank you, William. Is it William or is it Willie? Five by five. Comms hot and live. Outstanding.
Hey, guys.
I'm doing the Johnny thing. You can see my hands here. So what are you working on tonight, Taco?
I've got a little bit of everything. I got these, I just cast a bunch of bullets yesterday, so I was powder coating and sizing. I don't know if you can see. These are my 30-30, well, the slick-sided 30-30 bullets. And I got these all coated and sized. Now I just got to load them up for, let's see. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of a long gun, long gun. So yeah, this is one of those NRA edition 94s. It's the 1871 to 1971. So this was made in 1971, I assume. But it's got the long full-length stock, and it has a ladder sight. So I can really lob these bullets out there, hopefully.
Oh, that's awesome. What weight are those bullets?
They are, I think it has a 173 grain mold, and they're coming out to be like 172.8.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let's see here. Steve wants to know where Bacon is. Did Elvis get him? He, if you see, he wrapped up in some hardware cloth right here.
Nice. Is he in prison?
I think we're calling it probation. I don't know. Carefully looking around every dark corner.
Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like bacon off licks. Thanks, Kenny. Scott's here from Phoenix. Tim is on. Laird is here. Man, we had some outstanding folks here. I have never done this live chat thing.
James Baller says he wants some dancing girls.
I think Fuzzy started that rumor at the front end. I want to know where they are too. That's the reason I decided to stick around myself.
Well, I was figuring you could dress up in a tutu and do a little dance.
That would be the end of live chats forever.
So West Desert's on, looks like.
Oh, outstanding. Alice Pro, do you make your 45 ACB projectile? That one, it's about 222 grains I did. If you've seen the hollow points I've been testing, it's the same mold. I just have some pins I can put in it to make those a hollow point. You guys are awesome.
We got California and Delaware connected right now.
Man, California, those guys are suffering right now. The yahoos out there attacking the gun rights and the ammo. Man. I'm curious. Anybody out in California, is this, all this nonsense with your laws with ammunition? Does that affect your reloading supplies as well?
So we got Oklahoma and Washington State. Coast to coast. Nice.
Man, Washington State here. We have Vaughn Precision.
Ew, William Chaplin.
Curtis, you are the man. I don't know how we're going to split this halfsies on this. Curtis, $20. Extremely generous. Thank you. Need more bacon. That is the truth of life, brother. There is never enough bacon.
Oh, Sway Guzman's on. He's the lucky guy who won the red dot.
I just see a list of friends' names coming up. That's what I see. Most Freedom Liberty texted me, let me know the video's live. Appreciate that, brother. Hey, we got an international chat going. We got Alberta, Canada here. That's awesome.
Who's from out of country?
Raven Reader from Alberta.
Oh, nice. Nice. Welcome.
Bacon tacos. You know, I have had bacon tacos. My wife, man, I love that woman. She has made me taco shells with weaved bacon before. And I got to tell you, that was pretty close to heaven.
What'd you put inside?
I don't remember. I just remember there's bacon and stuff.
Bacon was on the outside. What did you put on the inside?
I think there was some, veggies and other garbage and some ground meat.
Yeah. Some taco meat.
Well, it looks like some people are saying you can ship the reloading stuff to the door in California still. I'm hoping that the folks in California figure out how to reload it. Nonsense. What they got to do for ammo.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Tacos, fried, and bacon fat rule. Man, that sounds good.
So what are you working on? You're sizing some bullets to 311, looks like?
These are already sized. I'm putting gas checks on. One of the guys at the gun range was asking a bunch of questions about cast bullets, and he was wondering if they'd be any good shooting suppressed in 300 blackout. I don't have 300 blackout, but I do have some 30 cal bullets gassed up, so I told him I'd bring him some. Trying to catch up with all these comments, though. I'm not sure I'm going to get much done.
Yeah.
I keep seeing the word bacon over there, and I get distracted. Well, for all the folks on man, I appreciate you joining us. It's if you're anywhere near the East Coast, it's probably past most of bedtimes. But this, Mike and I, those don't know, loads of bacon here. First name's James, and Full.Lead.Taco. His name's Mike. We were chatting about whether or not a live chat would be worthwhile, whether it be fun, whether it be doable. The main problem I think that's kept us from doing this so far is we haven't been able to find a good time that works. And so we just
that's the tricky part, man, is finding schedules that align up. I've been trying to figure out a time to go shooting with West Desert Shooter one of these days, but it's tough. We have days off on different days, and so it's tricky. But we're going to do it.
Juice says he sees no bacon. Right here, man. In fact, you tell me, Mike, can you see this? Is that too close? I got good friends got me a shirt that says bacon is the duct tape of the kitchen.
Nice.
Yeah, we thought we'd jump on here, see if we can make the digits flow on this live chat thing, and I don't know. We may go for 15 minutes. We may go for an hour and a half. See where the conversation goes. Maybe talk a little bit about Taco's got coming up in 2018 on his channel.
So you want to hear what I'm doing in 2018?
Yeah.
Okay. 2018, I'll probably be focusing a little bit, at least, on this. This is a 277 Wolverine. Tonight, I'm going to load up some 150 grain subs using these. They're the Hornady 150 grain SSTs. And so I have a load worked up that shoots fine and cycles the AR in somewhat warm weather, and I got to test it out in the cold and see if it still works. So I'll be doing a little bit of 277 Wolverine and 458 SOCOM. I've kind of been not doing much on the SOCOM lately. Part of the reason is because I have so much ammo loaded up already that I need to shoot some so I can get some more brass. But
you know, I've been in that place before where I want to load something up, and I end up taking ammo to the range just so I can empty the, you know, I guess deloading before reloading, right?
Yeah. So I don't know, and I thought I was done with the 30-30 caliber. I had sold my. I think I might have kept my dies. Let's see. Yeah, I kept my 30-30 dies, but I sold my Marlin 336 in 30-30 because I couldn't get it to shoot very good, and it was one of those that was made during the rough times or the rough years of when Marlin got bought out by Remington.
Yeah, Remington used to be a great name. I don't know if they've done anything right in a while.
Well, I actually got one of their Cowboy, the 1895 Cowboys, and that one is really nice. And so, yeah, 4570. I'll probably do some 4570 in 2018 just because I shoot that a lot. 4570 is kind of my rifle equivalent of the 500 mag, so I shoot that a lot actually.
Yeah, I've got a buddy, Taco. What's he do? Oh, when he gets bored, he just plinks with a 500 Magnum.
Yeah,
love it.
I do need to load some ammo for that though, because that's one caliber and cartridge that I do shoot a lot of. I take it every time I go, as long as I have stuff to like blow up. But yeah. Oh, I should try and hang on a second. I'm gonna go. I'll play show and tell for a little bit.
Awesome. I'm gonna take a look at a couple of these comments. Somebody asked what bullet I'm sizing here. This is the what is that? That's the RCBS. What is that? 3180 FN, I think. It's been. I guess these are probably 10 months ago. Thank you, Kenny. You're awesome, man. And I won't tell her. Mouse go. Oh, there it is. Let's see. What do we got on here?
All right. I found it.
Somebody wants to know if I make homemade bacon. Not yet, but
should talk to Ozark about that.
Yeah, he's the one asking. That is definitely worth looking into.
Right, guys, take a look at this guy. This is Takedown 4570, of course, and it's threaded. So yeah, it's threaded. It's an 1886 made by Chiappa. I think it was through Taylor's and Company. And so I think they do all the takedown, or a lot of the takedown lever guns.
Oh, I've seen those. I haven't seen that one, but I've seen those before. I think it was a kind of a black and stainless, the ones I saw before.
Yeah, it's actually pretty smooth. I'm gonna see if I can cute this maybe a little bit tomorrow, but it's perfect because it kind of matches the same size as my 1895 SBL, so I can have 4570 milk jug duels with 4570s lever guns. So I gotta get like a lever gun 4570 bullet and do some subs with it, subsonic loads, and then suppress it and see how it sounds.
I just saw Tattoo Dragon 8 says he's buying his first loading press soon. You have one of mine? Which one are you looking at? What was your first press, Mike?
My first press, it was, I got two at the same time. I got the Lock and Load AP, the progressive, as well as the single stage. And I ended up selling the single stage, and I bought the Forster, and then I bought another, the Lee Classic Cast.
You ever load any shotgun?
I haven't yet because I haven't found the need as far as cost savings or something like that. I don't shoot shotguns enough, and then the Walmart packs are so cheap.
Yeah,
it's good to spend money on that.
This is my first press right here.
Rock Chucker.
And then a few years ago, I bought this Redding T7, and I've been happy with both. And I thought about buying another cheap press just to mount upside down for sizing, but I don't really need to. It just sounds like fun.
Yeah, so you know what's kind of cool about the Lee Classic Cast? I know a lot of people like dog on the Lee stuff, but the Classic Cast is built pretty sturdy. But one of the coolest parts is that you can adjust your handle position. So most presses just have a fixed position, but if you're sizing bullets, sometimes the regular factory position is not optimal for your leverage.
Yeah.
And so you can actually adjust it like almost to 360. And so let me show you. Hold on. I'll do shaky cam for a second.
It's not just live chat. Now we're going on walkabout.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I need to turn the camera this way. So with the press like that, all right. Can you see it good? So with the press, you can adjust the handle position. So I just take this little wrench and loosen it, and then you can, you know, adjust your handle to whatever position you want to, and then you just tighten it up again. So that's one thing that the Lee does that most other presses don't do. And so I like this one for sighting bullets.
I'm missing a bunch of comments here. Walter Bunning wants to know if either of us have ever loaded or shot 3855. I have not. I'm not sure if I've ever even heard of that. Sounds interesting.
3855. Is that a Cowboy cartridge?
He says he has an Heirloom Ideal Company reloading tool for that caliber. West Desert Shooter says he needs to get himself a T7 press. I agree.
Yeah, those are nice. My friend TC, he's in some of my videos. He had one of those, and he said that was one of his favorite presses. So to be, as a side note, the 450 Bushmaster was developed on a Redding T7. Just as a odd side note, I guess.
It does not surprise me that you know that.
Yeah. So my friend TC, he actually worked with I forget the name of the guy who invented the cartridge or whatever, 450 Bushmaster, but he worked with him on that, and they used a Redding T7 for it.
Tattoo Dragon 8 says RCBS or Lee single stage press. I think everybody, it doesn't matter what you have. Correct me if you think I'm wrong, but everybody can use a single stage. And I don't think you go wrong with the RCBS or the Lee.
Yeah. Now, I will say there are different Lee qualities and Lee presses. The classic cast is built like out of cast iron or solid metal, you know. But the Lee
cheap one, isn't it like $35 or something? They're cheap single stage.
So they have that little tiny one. I have one of those, but it's horrible.
Is that the one Elvis has sitting on his counter?
It's, well, I guess I shouldn't complain too much about equipment other people might have, but mine, the little tiny Lee one that I used to size bullets with, it was off center a little bit, so all my push through rods would get kind of shaved off on the bushing or the sizing die. So
New York City reloaders on. That's almost a foreign country too.
Kyle Lusk says everyone should buy a Dillon 650 because those are the best.
You know, I've been asked several times why I don't have a progressive. I have nothing against progressives. And if I shot a lot more volume than I do, I would get a progressive, and it would, at 650, it'd be near the top of the list to look at. But with this,
my only problem with the 650, besides cost, is that it seems like Dillon's like Dillon dies, and as you can see, I have like tons of RCBS, tons of Hornady and Lee dies, and I have 0 Dillon dies.
Yeah.
But
should have said something a few days ago. I'm guessing he's talking about the live chat. You know why we didn't say anything, Dave? Because we just decided, hey, let's do this thing.
Yeah, Bacon decided, like, what was it, 2 days ago or yesterday?
Well, we've been chatting about it, but I was just kind of like, hey, let's do it tomorrow. What do you think?
Yeah. So it's kind of a spontaneous, whatchamacallit? Spontaneous live chat.
Eagle Eye says, why not go all out, Kyle? Mark 7 reloading. Some people say buy once, cry once, but that one you might buy once, cry for a year.
Yeah, so the other thing I was going to say about the Dillon is that it takes a decent amount of time to change calibers and everything.
Yeah.
And the Hornady is actually really fast. And I'm changing calibers like all the time because I'm always, tinkering with different
like about Redding are kind of pricey. They're about $70 a piece, but I got 2 calibers on this head. I take out one nut, I can throw another head on this. I got another 2 calibers on there. For handgun, I usually put 2 on a head, and the rifle, it's 1 per caliber. Hey, Preacher's Day Off is here. Outstanding. Man, that he just put up a video where he was bringing in the new year with some black eyed peas and some hog jowl. I'm still hungry from seeing that video, and I've already eaten dinner.
Huh.
Oh.
All right, we're going to do something spontaneous right now. Even more spontaneous. Let's see what hang on a second.
You know, I don't know if our chat's worth anything, but they're chatting. This is fun. I feel like I hosted an impromptu party and I'm sitting back in the corner.
Okay, so here's the spontaneous thing I'm gonna do. So I have.
Does it involve haiku?
I have a large Ruger T-shirt or an extra large Smith & Wesson T-shirt, or for the bigger guys, I got a 2XL Smith & Wesson T-shirt. So the first person who posts the first line of my stupid song that I sang with my daughter gets to pick one of those shirts.
You know, I got to tell you, Mike, even if I wasn't a reloader, I'd watch your channel because it's entertaining.
Yeah, a little bit of randomness there.
I love it. Haikus and Easter eggs and songs and the giveaways. Man, you got to be one of the most generous people I've ever met. And I mean that.
Well, thanks.
Hey, and while folks are trying to figure out that song, if you don't know, Mike, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but if you go to Mike's his Full.Lead.Taco Patreon page, he's got a 10% discount for NOE out there. And I'm assuming that's good until it's not, right, Mike?
Yeah, it's good until it's not. And when it's not, I'll talk to Al and make sure it's good again. So if anybody out there who is going to order some NOE stuff and there's not a sale going already, yeah, it's, what is it? FLT001 is the coupon code for 10% off. And yeah, I have that posted on the Patreon page too, so you can find it there. Okay, so people are confused about the song. The song is one of my videos I did. It's called the 338 Spectre song.
Fuzzy says Tim's getting his dress on now. Be patient for the dancing girls. Fuzzy, I sure hope not. I do not want to see that. Tim should stick with the RFN news, not the dancing.
Ozark says that he could afford a $650 if he stopped spending money at NOE. Yeah, there's Uncle Jim.
Reloader 762 wants to know if I'm ever going to do any cast rifle bullet videos. You know, I've been having fun with what I'm doing. This is one of 3 boxes of 30-06 that I currently have loaded. And I've had loaded for, I don't know, at least 9 months now. I just haven't gotten around to yet. So the answer to that is yes, I will.
I was gonna say I'll probably have quite a few videos on cast rifle this next year too. I've got these cast up. These are it's a Seiko 315 clone. It's a 175 30 cal bullet that made by NOE. And I'm gonna try these. I'm gonna try them in the 30-30 if I can get them to feed right. If not, the 30-06, I have a 30-06 that I'm going to be doing some cast bullets in, as well as all the other crazy calibers that I normally mess around with. Oh, I was going to say, I might potentially be getting what would you call it? It's a prototype. I might be getting a prototype upper in 500. What's it called? 500 SOCOM. It's made by Tromix. But basically, it's just like a 50 Beowulf, but with a 308 case head. So I figure I offered to buy it from him if he was willing to sell it. And so we'll see what happens. But if I get that, I'll definitely be loading some big bullets in a AR.
JCM 45 wants to know if the first line was when I looked into my ammo can.
Yes, that is correct. Was he the first?
This first one I'm seeing, I don't know if he's the first one that listed it. Yeah, I think he may be.
I think
I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm starting to realize that my eyes are no longer perfect. I don't wear glasses, but I think it won't be too long. And I'm looking at this little screen and the little text. And of course, I guess as long as I can avoid the glasses, I can just act like I don't see certain things, right?
Yeah, so I think JCM 45 was first. So JCM 45, what shirt do you pick?
I don't know if Uncle Jim's trying to send people messages or if he's a hatchet man or if he's just having fun with emojis.
I think he put like dancing boots and a hammer as a dead person or something. Oh, Uncle Jim is hammered again.
Scott says that we need to do this live chat with a brother from another mother, Elvis Ammo. Here's the problem with Elvis. He's an hour ahead of me, and I'm an hour ahead of Taco. So I would definitely like to do that. We need to figure out this live chat thing. That's why we're kind of doing this dry run, see if we can make
this
thing work. But
so JCM 45, you want the Ruger one? It is a large T-shirt. Does that fit?
Uncle Jim says he quit drinking. I can't tell with the emoji if he quit drinking or if he just quit drinking Tim's pineapple hooch.
All right, so JCM, this is your T-shirt.
That's awesome. For anybody that's on hasn't seen JCM 45's channel, he started posting some videos recently. You need to get over there. All of them except for one are good.
The vertical video?
No, the one where he's spreading lies, fake news about some sort of bacon.
Was JCM 45's first video vertical? Or was that someone else? I can't remember.
Well, it's still a good video.
So
there's been a number of guys who've been starting to post videos. I love it.
You're getting all this work done, and I'm just staring at my reloading table. And I have
not really. It's a good thing that I'm not weighing out any powder because I'm mostly staring at the screen.
Yeah, I need to do something that's kind of like monotonous like that I could do without having to think.
You know, this is a lot of my nights is I'm out here on this press resizing brass or priming or something, usually not with powder. And I've got my iPad out and I'm watching somebody's YouTube videos. So, hey, Johnny's reloading up. The man is here.
Yeah, Johnny's here. Welcome, Johnny.
He's the expert at this live chat thing. We'll have to get some feedback from him later.
Oh, yeah. Happy New Year, everybody.
Indeed. Happy New Year. Oh, man, this is – I was thinking about that question. You know, what do you got coming up in 2018? Somebody's asking about rifle. Does 44 Magnum lever action rifle count as cast rifle?
That's not my
So I will have some 30-06 cast and jacketed. I've got a 243 that I don't have any molds for, but I want to get some, or get at least one. I just acquired an AR-15, so I need to start playing with 223, and I'm hoping this summer to pick up a 458 SOCOM upper for it.
You should, and you should get a taco mold for heavy subs.
Absolutely. I agree to the point that I'll just email you my address and
So
Those for Freedom Liberty has some 300 blackout videos finished. Should be posting those soon.
cool.
Johnny's reloading benches videos are a dumpster fire. Well, we got the double dumpster going here.
So Timothy Robinson wants us to do like a 10mm carbine.
Tim is conflicted. If people don't know this, Tim has a whole bunch of 45 auto brass sitting around and bullets, I'm assuming. But he's been seeing some 10mm videos on various channels, and he is desperately wanting an excuse to go buy one. And then High Point announced that they're going to come out with a 10mm carbine, and Tim's a big fan of his High Point 9mm carbine. And so I think it's just a matter of he's still trying to justify getting into 10mm when he doesn't have any of the equipment yet. And Tim, I say buy it now and then justify it later.
Well, it's not super expensive, right? The 10mm carbine from High Point. It's like,
no, I think MSRP on it's going to be. I think I read $390. So I'm guessing,
like $350-ish.
That'd be my guess when it comes out.
I'm still waiting for a good AR upper to be made in 10mm.
Wait, let's back up for a second. High Points. I remember a High Point video or two on your channel, and I think there was some sort of contest or something, and you were gonna slick it up and pimp it out. What happened with that, man?
The slide is at a machine shop, and supposedly getting work done. Like, that's taking it longer than originally anticipated.
It's such a life.
Yeah, I actually emailed him today to see if he has any updates, but haven't heard back yet. So here's speaking of 10mm, I've got some casting I was doing yesterday. I've got this 180 grain round nose that I was casting pretty hard. And then I got this one. It's a slick-sided hollow point. And yeah. So I do love 10mm, but I don't have a carbine yet.
You load 40 as well?
I kind of figure why load 40 if I could load 10?
I think 40 is Uncle Jim's favorite caliber.
Yeah. But I do like 10mm. I've got a couple 10 mils, Glock 20 and a Glock 29. So I should do a video on those someday.
The guy that let me borrow his Glock and shoot the 10mm into the gel the other day, these bullets are for that same guy.
Oh, nice.
He wants to load these into 300 blackout. Uncle Jim's bringing hammers out.
So this is one of my 10mm.
Loading bench says, are the High Point carbines reasonably accurate? I've never shot one. I've got a High Point C9, but I've never shot the carbine. But Tim Robinson has a video or two with them, and so does who is it? Buffalo Outdoors. He's got a couple videos with the 9mm high point carbine. I've heard good things about them.
So here's the 10 millimeters I got. They are the Glock 20 and the Glock 29. And I will say, you know, when I shoot the dueling tree, the 45s really smack the plates. The 10 millimeters smack the plates good, but the 9 millimeters, if you hit them kind of on the edge, on the inside edge, they won't flip the plates every time. So there's something to be said for a 10 millimeter or 45 just for that.
I don't have any problem with semi-autos. I really don't. I gravitate towards the revolvers, not because I think they're better. It's just preference, you know. But of all the semi-auto calibers, 10 mil probably has the most interest for me.
So Vaughn Precision says that I should make the 10 millimeter into a 9 millimeter Dillon. I think that wouldn't that be about the same as like a 357 SIG? And Larry says, so aim better.
Wolves for Freedom Liberty's checking out. Working on some powder coated 40. Need to shoot the video for tonight. Awesome. Wait, brother, I'm looking forward to the videos. I'm looking. He's got, no, I think I already mentioned it, some 300 blackout videos coming up too.
Devon Precision says that the Dillon 9 millimeter is better than the 357 SIG. So.
Well, that sounds like it's right up your alley. A screwy round that really effective, but not many people have.
Now, is the brass for that like a neck down something? What is it? How do you make the Dillon brass, the 9 millimeter Dillon brass? So they're saying the 95 grain bullet at 2,000 feet per second.
Ah.
That's pretty fast.
That's going to penetrate.
But you have to load it with a Dillon.
Yeah, the first video that goes up on that, you should be using the cheapest lead press you can find.
Yeah, use that little the little hand press.
Yeah,
Lee hand press. Have you seen those before?
Those are cool. Johnny had a couple of videos on those. Those are neat.
They're cool until you want to do like multiple rounds.
I think Tim Robinson said he used to use one of those too.
I bought one too because I thought we were going on a family vacation, and I figured I would do some reloading while my wife drove. And my hands hurt so bad after doing some 45 or what was it? I think it's 44 mag.
You're going down the road.
Yeah, 44 mag resizing with that hand press that you know, no leverage at all or not very much, and they don't even have good handles on them. It's like it's not good. They're horrible after like a couple rounds.
Oh, that's awesome.
What did JCM say?
Oh, I'm just looking at the comments, see what's going on. What's going on my mouth?
Yeah, so Johnny says that those suck unless that's all you can do or that's what you have space for.
I got my chat on a different window than the rest, and it looks like that part froze up.
So Dan O'Neill says that his 10 millimeter AR and Glock have never jammed, ever. So my question for Dan O'Neill is what upper did you get, and where did you get it?
Huh. Let's see.
So Johnny says the pistol caliber carbine or AR confuses his brain. Hang on a second.
I'm still hearing you and seeing you, but my chat window went away. What is going on here?
I can hear you fine, but there was some static for a little bit.
If I do this, let's see.
All right, so Johnny was saying that pistol caliber carbines confuse his brain. So this is a 50 Beowulf pistol right there. But I usually take the upper off and I throw it on the SBR lower and shoot it that way.
Hey, those 10 mils you showed, are you reading the Glock barrel goes aftermarket?
I got both. I shoot it in both. The whole like don't shoot lead out of the Glock. I do shoot lead out of a Glock. I shot a lot of lead through Glocks, like a lot. So even before I was powder coating Glock or bullets for the Glock, I was shooting some traditionally lubed cast bullets out of my Glocks. But I don't know. I guess it'll ruin your warranty or something.
Like shooting reloaded ammunition ruins warranties, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I think I missed the chat, but where did the one guy get the 10 millimeter upper from? The AR upper.
That was William Chapman was saying something about that. TNW Firearms does the Aero Survival Rifle, billet aluminum carbine, and 10 mil. He says he has the 9 and the 40. The 40 is in an 18-inch barrel is impressive.
Okay, so it's Dan O'Neill who is the one who says he has a 10 millimeter AR. Oh, from Olympic Firearms. Are they still in business or did they go out of business? Looks like they're still in business. So Bacon.
Those are just saw the mesh in front of Mr. Bacon. Yeah, that's hardware cloth. That's a you might consider it a peace offering. Then again, it might just be restraint. He's actually trying to climb the wall there. Anybody here have any experience with 445 Super Mag or 357 Maximum? I've got 2 single shot barrels for my rifle that I'm converting this year.
All right, Kyle Lusk has to head to bed.
Protective fence. Is it keeping Bacon in or protecting the rest of the world from him? We'll never know.
So Johnny, here's a little 9mm AR, and it might not make sense for most things, but once you shoot it, you know why people would buy one. They're so dang fun.
Hey, speaking of fun, we haven't seen anything with that suppressed Rossi lever action or anything with the 50 Alaskan in a while.
I know. I have like too much stuff to show and tell that it's hard to do a full circle back. I actually have a decent collection of old, like World War I, World War II rifles, and I want to do more videos with those because I love shooting those.
You got a couple of Swiss rifles, don't you?
Yeah, I've got the K31, and then I've got the K1911 long rifle, and I think I have a video of both of those, but the K1911 long rifle, we were shooting with some friends out to about 600 yards, and people were hitting the steel plate on their first or second try. It's an amazing shooter, that one.
Looks like Kyle's bugging out. I'm finally catching up with the chat. Have a good night, man.
And so a couple of guys were asking about the 9mm AR.
Have a good night, preacher.
So this 9mm AR, the lower was made by Lone Wolf, and they were one of the first makers of Glock mag pistol caliber lowers. And so I bought their lower, and then I bought a Rock River 9mm upper, and they had to machine out a little slot in the bolt or the carrier. And then I put in the tax stamp for this thing, or did the paperwork for a tax stamp and got that back. And so I cut the barrel down to 5.5 inches and threaded it, and then put this suppressor inside. Really fun gun, quiet. Lots of fun.
You know what's missing, though?
Oh, what's that?
Bayonet lug.
I don't know if I can fit it on there. I got that little angled foregrip in the front. I guess I could put it on the top. Have a bayonet on the top or on the sides.
Here's one of the molds that my next casting session will probably be. Where's the camera? But that one there. That's a little round ball mold I picked up from a guy in the UK. Actually, I picked up 2 of them, one for 44 and one for 45. And I know Lee makes some with multiple balls, but it just looks like fun. I wanted to start shooting some single and duplex loads.
So let's see. New York City Reloader was asking about 9mm AR upper recommendations. I think there's a lot of good uppers out there now. Rock River makes a good one. A little bit more expensive. Palmetto's actually pretty good for the dollar. They're pretty cheap if you get them on sale. And then if you watch Uncle Jim's videos, then the Foxtrot Mike upper, that's looks like a high quality upper, and it has a little side charger or forward charger. So that's cool.
Ozark wants to know how many stamps I have. If you're talking tax stamps for fun toys, none.
Oh, he wants to know how many I have. Let's just say I'm a stamp collector. So
see, my plan is show up at Mike's
if
that way I don't have to pay for them.
If the Hearing Protection Act ever passed, I'd probably be a rich man from the tax return, I guess. Because supposedly in the Hearing Protection Act or whatever, then they would refund your $200 tax stamp, and at least in the last couple of years or something. So I'd have a lot of fun money to play around with. But so to answer the question, it's probably around 30-ish or so. But not all of them are at my house. My dad has a couple, my uncle has a couple, but I have a few. See, and I guess who? Yes, Psycho Alpha Schizo was wondering how my wife tolerates the gun problem, and the hard part about that is that it was her dad who gave me my first gun, and it was a high point. And after I got that, then I wanted to get a little bit nicer gun, and then I needed a shotgun, and then a long shotgun and a short gun. And then I needed a revolver, and then another one, and another one that shot bigger bullets, and another one that shot even bigger bullets. And yeah. So she just kind of ignores it. And I try not to spend any of my paycheck on it. I do a lot of side jobs and earn money that way and pay for my gun stuff that way. So it works out all right.
I've got 6 little kids. There's no tax stamps in my near future.
So Uncle Jim was asking about the black powder, like muzzle loader silencer.
Was it silencer co, right? The 50 cal muzzle loader?
It was a muzzle loader silencer and or suppressor, same thing. But I've seen it, but I would probably never buy one unless I shot a lot of muzzle loaders or something. But for me, I don't really hunt, and so muzzle loaders I don't know, they're not really attractive to me because I can always load up a ton of 4570 and get the same kind of feeling and not have to clean my gun as much.
I do plan on getting a cap and ball revolver this summer.
Yeah, now something like that's like an era correct type firearm, like a flintlock or something like that, just for kicks would be maybe kind of fun, but it would. I had a muzzle loader once because my friend talked me into it, but I hated the cleaning, so I don't know. I probably won't get another one unless I get some oddball pirate pistol or something.
I've got my handy rifle. I have several barrels for it. One of them's a 50 cal muzzleloader barrel, and I changed out the cap insert on it so I can use 209 primers.
Yeah, that's nice.
Let's see. I think my chat thing is working again. Hey, their web technology. Sweet.
So, just out of curiosity for you guys, the watchers, what kinds of stuff do you want to see me do in the next year? I guess the 2018. You want to see cast bullets in old guns like World War II stuff, or do you want to see weird oddball stuff like Wolverine or 500 whatever? What kinds of stuff do you want to see us do, or see me do, or Bacon do in the next year?
See, you like to listen to your viewers. I just do whatever I want.
I just feel bad about the SOCOM viewers because I did a whole lot of videos on the SOCOM at first, and then, you know, I've had so much stuff I need to do that I haven't come full circle yet to do more 458 SOCOM.
You know, you did your little green peas and 30 cal, your little round ball.
Oh yeah.
You ever tried loading a 45 caliber ball in your 458?
Which thing?
You ever tried loading a little round ball in your 458?
In the SOCOM or the 4570?
Either.
So
you did your little duplex collar buttons in the 4570, didn't you?
I did do some duplex or double bullet loads with that. I did the collar button bullets, one forward, one backwards. And see, if you look at the 4570 case, or not 4570, the 458 SOCOM, there's not enough room in the neck to hold like 2 round balls or something. And since it's in a semi-auto, there's no way I could get a round ball to cycle the action unless I put some, I don't know, I'd have to do some crazy powder charge.
Johnny wants to know how much delay we're all dealing with because he lives in the backwoods of nowhere. Usually has 45 seconds. Does it tell you somewhere, or you just have to look?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of a delay there is. I'm assuming like 3 seconds. We'll ask a question, and then it takes about 3 or 4 seconds for people to respond.
I lived in Louisiana for a while, and I had some backwoods internet there, but where I'm at now, I've got AT&T fiber to the house, so I've got 1 gig up and 1 gig down. Well, that's what's advertised at. I don't know if it's what I always get.
Yeah, that Grendel it's a pretty sweet gun. It's the MDT chassis, the LSS chassis, and then the Howa mini action in 6.5 Grendel. It shoots pretty good. I was just shooting some factory ammo because it was almost free, I guess, in a way, because I needed to buy brass.
Tim says we should call the little round balls in 458 elephant farts.
I've kind of already done the elephant fart loads. Those were like, let's see. I don't know if I have any left. Oh yeah, I do. I think the elephant farts were these ones. These, I think they're 900 grains about. Let me see. Well, 880 grains. These are the elephant farts.
James Bray says that his internet's having Y2K problems. You know, it's interesting. I was telling my wife a couple of days ago, we're now at a point where people born at Y2K are adults. This is so basically anybody that's an adult now is either born right at Y2K or in the 1900s, and anybody born since is a minor, but not for much longer.
Oh, I had an idea the other day. There's a guy on Reddit who was posting in the reloading. He was wondering about like his 30-30, like shooting a load and then depriming, repriming, and then shoving like a round ball or, you know, some type of buck inside the neck. Well, putting a little bit of trail boss in there and then putting a ball in, thumb seating, and was wondering if that would work because he has it's kind of a weird problem to have. He has pest turtles. So there's a bunch of turtles in his pond that eat everything or something. And so a lot of people were kind of knocking on his post and saying it's a horrible thing to do that. And so
Why?
I wanted to try it, so I got these all made up. I think the main problem people had was just taking a ball, like a lead ball or something, and thumb seeding it. They thought that was a horrible idea. It's actually not. It'll work fine.
Yeah. You know, I don't remember who it is. There's somebody on the Cast Bullets forum, and his tagline at the bottom of all of his posts says something along the lines of "It's all theory until you pull the trigger."
Yeah. So I actually think it'll work as long as I can fit these in the neck of the fired case. But I'll just take a Trail Boss and probably take a Lee scooper.
Yeah.
And just take a scoop of powder, throw it in. We'll reprime. Take a scoop of powder, throw it in, and then thumb seat the round ball. And it should work just fine.
Same principle behind a muzzle loader.
I mean, it really is. So, but yeah, that's one thing I might try doing the next time I go out. I just got to make sure I take that little hand press, the one that I hate, so I can deprime and reprime.
Dan says he uses gloves so his fingerprints don't eat into the brass. I bought this as once fired. I use a glove a lot of times when my semi-auto brass, when I tumble it, I leave the primers in because I don't pick the stuff up. But my revolver brass, just not necessity, but preference. I deprime it all before I tumble it. When it's dirty, a lot of times I'll throw a glove on just to keep my fingers clean, but maybe I got enough bacon grease on there. It serves as a lube anyway.
So it looks like Reloader 762 saw the exact post that I'm talking about on Reddit.
Uncle Jim was where Elvis is. He was headed to bed.
Oh, Kyle Lusk, no problem for the knife. I was going to say something else. One thing I read the other night on Reddit, though, is kind of funny.
Night, Laird.
It was about a guy who it was in the R guns section, and so generally not casters and reloaders. Well, maybe not all of them, but one guy had posted about making his own bullets, and another guy said that if you use tire wheel weights, then it's a harder alloy, so it'll wear your barrel out faster.
Faster than what? Not shooting your gun?
So I don't think he realizes that lead is, even if it's alloyed, is still so soft that you can probably shoot it your whole life and not even wear it out. Like,
what's the BHN on copper? Is it like 35 or something, isn't it?
I don't know. Copper's so much harder on, it's just a harder substance than just lead. So,
love, peace, and bacon grease. I love it.
So Psycho Alpha Schizo wants to see a 50 BMG, and I don't have a 50 BMG yet, and I don't really have a use for one yet. But I should say
BMG handgun that has a hydraulic buffer on it.
I have no idea, but I did say when I turn 40, well, it used to be when I turned 50, then I'd buy a 50, but I changed it because I want something earlier. So I said when I turned 40, so like next year I'll buy a 338 Lapua or a 50 BMG, one of those. But the 50 BMG is kind of a pain because you have to buy a whole new press. Well, I would have to buy a new press just to load it because it's so long, so tall. And the cost of the powder, those things hold so much powder that it's like, sometimes I feel like 4570 is a powder
I'd still try to do it with unique.
Get some subsonic 50 BMG.
Yeah. Use some Trail Boss.
Yeah. Use a classic cast to load the BMG.
Yeah.
So what other stuff you guys want to see this next year with either Bacon or I doing? I do need to do some more 338 Spectre just because it's a lot of fun.
That's a goofy looking round.
Yeah, it's not too often that you load a cartridge where the bullet is like way longer than the cartridge case.
The case on it kind of looks like an overgrown gas check.
It kind of is. I'm surprised that 10 grains of powder like fits in it when I have that 300 grain custom competition bullet, or whatever. And it goes so far down that I think it only leaves about like that much space left. So it is, and that's one of the things is I think that's why it gets such good like extreme spreads, because there's like no airspace in there. So
yeah, you're almost seeing the bullet right on top of the powder.
Yeah, it is, and I think some of them might even be like slightly compressed. But
hey Tim, that's half my 380 brass right there.
So what gun do you have in 380?
I have a Kel-Tec P380.
Was that the one that was right before the?
Yeah, that's one we were copied and made better for their LCP. Actually, I had its predecessor. Kel-Tec had a 32 caliber before they had the 380, and I had it. That was my first concealed carry gun. I was convinced you had to have the tiniest thing in the world to. I carry a 44 revolver now, but when they came out with the 380, I sold the 32 and I got the 380, which was the exact same size. I think it held one less round, and I still got it. It's one of the first ones they came out with. That trigger's about as good as a high point.
Yeah. Hey, so here's so Josue Guzman was asking about this 277 Wolverine. So this is my shorter barrel one. It's the.
This one with the red barrel.
Well, I got two with a red barrel. So this one is a 14.5-inch barrel. So it's on my SBR lower. And I just put a Strike Eagle 1:8 power scope on it. This one is the longer barrel one. I don't know if it'll fit into the camera, but this one has an 18-inch barrel and it says 11 twist. So it will be for supersonic only.
Every time I see your setup or your videos, I think of that old Batman movie where the Joker stops. Where does he get all those wonderful toys?
Yeah, little by little, or sometimes more often than that.
Does that make you Michael Keaton?
I don't think so.
What do you think? Run this till the hour, so another 13 minutes or so?
Yeah, that sounds good. So while we're doing a little bit of show and tell too, I just picked up this. This is a Ruger Red Hawk 45 Colt, and it is one of the 4-inch barrels. I think maybe it's a little bit longer.
44 EDC. Because if I miss, the blast will scare the crap out of you.
So it's a 5.5-inch barrel. That's what it is. Then, yeah.
Hey, Kyle's leaving again. Have a good night again, man.
Okay. Later, Kyle.
Dan says, I have half the same 44s that he has. Loved the 3-inch 629 and the 44 Bulldog. Absolutely. And lately I've been carrying the 69 as well, that and the Bulldog. I need to get that 3-inch 629 out more often. I love that gun. I've been playing with other things, though, and it's crying in the safe at me. Come grab me. Come hold me. Come fondle me.
So I think New York City Reloader was asking about the scope on, I think, the longer AR, and that one is, this one is, it's kind of overkill for this gun, actually. But I bought it for a different project, and I haven't finished that project yet, so it's on here for now. It is a 6.5 to 24, and it's the Vortex HSLR, the Viper HSLR. So it's got the whatchamacallit reticle, the Christmas tree reticle.
Mike Treen's asking if you've seen the Ruger GP 144 mag. I don't think they have one in 44 mag. I think it's just the 5-shot 44 special. Looks like a great gun. I bet you could load a pretty hot 44 special on that.
That would be cool.
I think they came out with the 327 Magnum, though.
But a GP100 frame is too small for me. You know, I like a lot of my revolvers to be big.
Jose, Mr. Gooseman says his Bulldog blew up in his hands. He had to replace it with a new one. Hopefully he had to replace the Bulldog and not his hand. Special phone. So, you know, I've had to edit a lot of comments on YouTube. Not because I typed it wrong, but because my phone got it wrong. Fat thumbs.
All right, so I mentioned that I like really big revolvers. So this one is the Smith & Wesson Performance Center 44 mag Hunter, and it's got a really long barrel. I can't remember how long this one is.
See, you're going reverse. A lot of people are taking pistols and putting rifle stocks on them. You kind of got the opposite there.
Yeah, and then got the trusty 500 mag. It looks a little dirty. I probably need to clean it, but I'm going to try and shoot it tomorrow, so I won't clean it. This one is the one I've done a lot of like videos with, I guess, duels. This is probably my favorite 44 mag. It's the Ruger Super Red Hawk, and it's got a long barrel too, but not crazy long like the Smith & Wesson Hunter.
What's the barrel length on that one?
I need a tape measure. That's what I need.
I'm just here to play Stump the Chump.
I got one. 9.5 on this one. So the Ruger Super Red Hawk has 9.5-inch barrel.
Hey, Gooseman said he blew his Bulldog up when he.
Hey, this one has a foot-long barrel. It's 12 inches.
$5 foot long, right?
Yeah, well, a little bit more than $5.
$5 a round if you don't reload.
So then the BFR and 4570, that one has a, I think it was 10.5-inch barrel.
Dan wants to know if it was Keith loads that blew up that Bulldog. You could shoot a Skeeter load in a Bulldog, but I wouldn't go beyond that.
Now this is the longest barreled revolver that I have right here. That one has
trying to start fights with the Taco Man.
Yeah. Let's see. With the brake, this one's like 15 inches, including the brake.
Have you tried shooting it without the brake?
Nope. But like I told you earlier, the first time I took the shooting with my first reloads, we had some milk jugs at 75 yards, and I shot the first 3 in a row with my first 3 shots with this thing. And then I stopped shooting at those targets because I didn't want to, change my luck. So
Johnny wants to know if you carry that inside the waistband.
Only on Saturdays. Again.
I hope it's appendix carry.
Oh, geez.
Thumper 742, first time watcher, Fortune Cookie 45 LC, like videos of both of you guys and Thorzak 777 in the chat. Welcome.
Thumper.
Thumper 742. Fortune Cookie will do a lot more teaching. Full.Lead.Taco will do entertaining. And apparently I just start fighting.
With a little bit of education.
Apparently I just exposed the mafia. I don't know.
Whoops. My laptop just fell. It's back up.
You're in the reloading room. The worst part is when you drop something that hits all your cases, you just fill with powder.
Oh, I hate it when I accidentally dump a case of powder all over everything. Especially when it's the ball powder, like H110 or something like that. That's the worst.
Something like that. What was it you mentioned the other day that takes about 50 grains of H110?
What was that? Was that the 460 or was that?
Oh, I think it was. I think it was the 460.
Yeah, I was looking up a load for the. Was it the log cutter?
I think that is what we were talking about. Hey, Kentucky Patriot Gun. Welcome, brother. I'm looking forward to seeing some reloading videos from him soon. He's got his whole set up. I think he was telling me his replacement bench just came in, so he should be getting set up here pretty soon. He shoots a 454.
454 is just it's pretty much the same as a 460, just a tiny bit shorter. Hey, Kentucky Patriot, what firearm do you have in 454 Casull?
Your loaded bench trying to set up a desert shoot. Sounds good to me. I still want to see West Desert Shooter shoot a revolver at 1,000 yards.
Revolver at 1,000 yards?
He hasn't taken me up on that yet.
I'm gonna do some pistol sniping with West Desert Shooter, and we're gonna have a contest maybe to see who can hit the target at the farthest.
Kentucky Patriot says he has a Ruger Super Blackhawk in 454.
I think I might cheat though. I think I might bring this to the pistol dealer. It's technically a pistol, right?
Which barrel is that one?
It's the 30-06. It's like, I don't know. It's a regular rifle barrel, but yeah, 30-06 Encore pistol, single shot.
Thorzek, if we ever do meet up, you need to bring that Swiss rifle to shoot. I want to get my hands on that.
The West Desert Shooter needs to start practicing with his HK pistol. I think I can shoot my pistol at like 500 yards.
I can shoot mine that far too. As long as we're in the desert, I'll tell you where it lands too.
I vote we have a meetup in Utah because Jim is here, Uncle Jim, I'm here, and West Desert Shooter. And we have
that show every year. You live just down the road from the NOE shop. You need to convince them to convince the rest of the reloading community. You know, get Lee, get all the powder makers, get RCBS, get all the component makers and the equipment makers. They have a kind of a reloader shot show gathering.
New York City Reloader wants to know if he's invited, and of course he is. You just have to travel a little bit farther.
Are you allowed to take your firearms out of state there? Raven Reader says he loves his Rossi 92. What's that chambered in? I've got a Rossi 92 and 44.
No, I don't have a 4-bore shotgun pistol. Not yet. That would be kind of cool, though, to do it. Just set up.
Cooper Beauty's in Idaho.
They say Nevada would be closer to Fortune Cookie.
Raven Reader has a Rossi 92 and 454 Casuls. Am I reading that right? Man, that's got to be fun.
Yeah, something interesting about those is that they have both a loading gate and the what do you call it? The mag tube plug thing, like a Henry. So it has like the Henry style and the traditional loading gate.
Thumper 742 says he thought all the shooter channels were based in Tennessee. Nope, just the well-known ones.
Yeah, just the popular ones. Uncle Jim says that tells New York City Reloader, once you taste freedom, there's no going back.
Actually, if you look at a couple, I've seen a couple of comments from New York City Reloader. He's got his eye on some, well, I don't know about specific property, but he's got his heart set on moving to Texas.
And so New York City Reloader says, hey, Full.Lead.Taco, if you're going, why would I need to bring a gun when you have everything? Hey, you're welcome to shoot my guns. I'm not stingy with my guns.
Have you tried the 460 Smith & Wesson? I have not, but Taco has at least one.
Yeah, I have one. I thought about buying the one with like a 10-inch barrel, but then it's not really that much different than my 500 mag, so I didn't.
Lone Wanderer 360 wants to know if there's any reason you can't load 451 in 45 Colt. Hornady says no, but Nosler labels their 45 Colt bullets 451. I would say as long as you're loading a jacketed bullet, 451 is fine.
So, yeah, you can load a jacketed 451 bullets in 45 Colt, and they'll shoot just fine. Uncle Jim says that, but I'll make him work for it. Yeah. Before he borrows my gun or shoots my gun, he has to tell me a haiku.
Well, I could do this all night, but unfortunately, I got to work in the morning, so I think it's probably about time we wrap this up.
All right. Any last comments or requests for things for 2018 for us, Bacon or I, to do? Give a few seconds for people to respond.
There were a couple folks that threw in some money. You are too kind. I appreciate that. I'll have to spend half that on taco, send it to some random guy in Utah.
Potato cannon to 500 yards.
Somebody's request is more chats. I think we're going to have to do that. I have no idea if I can make this a recurring thing on any regular basis myself, but we need to get some more of the reloaders into some of these chats.
Yeah. We'll have to figure out to see how easy it is to do like a 4-man or 5 or whatever.
I've seen it. Trees of Blowing has one on a regular basis, and he's got 3, 4, or 5 guys in there.
New York City wants to know. New York City Reloader wants to know where you get all those bacon guys.
They just show up. Actually, the first one I ever got was given to me. The rest I went on Amazon and found them. I think they were $7 a piece or something. Watch out though; they can be hazardous. They draw fire. People have always commented on how much I like bacon, which I don't understand. I can't imagine I like bacon any more than any other man does.
You want to know something kind of funny is that I actually cooked some bacon last night for my midnight snack, and I smelled up the whole house like bacon right before bed.
Someone wants to know if we've seen the bacon board games. See, I don't remember if it was you, Kurt, or somebody else sent me a link to that. A couple other things. Trying to get me to spend all my money. Bacon duct tape. People give the bacon gifts. I love it.
All right, well, I need to load up some ammo before tomorrow, and I haven't been super productive during this chat. So,
how about a revolver rifle show and tell one of these days? I think Taco just kind of did one, but
I showed a few.
New York City Reloader. Amazon wants $75 for the Bacon Man. Yeah, you're in New York. They might be forcing you to look at the communist Amazon. I don't know. I didn't. I paid about $7 a piece.
So Thorzax was saying I should do a video on the 25 ACP, but that would require me buying one first. So
that's never stopped you before.
Good recommendation on a 25 ACP.
Stainless versus galvanized powder coat mesh. I think the steel mesh mafia about that. I think I'm going to stick with the silicone for now. Somebody's looking for 4770 powder coating cast load data. I don't have any.
What was that question?
4770 powder coating cast load data? It may have been a mistype. Maybe it's 4570. You shoot a lot of 4570.
Yeah, I do actually shoot a lot of 4570. If it's a 4570, let me know. I've got a bunch of different loads that I do. So, yeah. Good.
All right, we'll have to take a look at doing this again and take a look at who all's involved and maybe pick a time that actually makes sense to folks.
We'd have to kick out all the kids, though.
This is true. 10 minutes before this chat started, I was rocking a baby to sleep. So,
all right. Well, it sounds like it's time to go. So, thanks everybody who tuned in, and I'll try and get that T-shirt sent off to JCM 45.
I'm going to give the what is it, the Thorzax into video. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, guys.